Need a few people that are going to do fluency testing while we wait for some more that haven't done it yet. But let's see. Let me find them. Ooh, look. And we might have to do some makeup testing, which I will do right now if we have to do. But for the meantime, let me see. Let me see who logs in. I know Sierra has to, and Azu has to do a fluency, but let me find it first, and then we'll do it real fast. It won't take very long. We'll do some science. We might go over a reading test. We'll see who's here, who's not. I think it was 1.1. Is it? I guess for the meanwhile, you can log into Imagine Math for about, I guess till like 1 o'clock. Okay? I'm gonna do some fluency, and then I'm gonna talk with some of these people that weren't able to test. And if I can test them right now, I'm gonna try to test them from earlier. But the rest of y'all, make sure you log into Imagine Math. Okay? But and there's a few of y'all that I'm gonna fluency test because I haven't got to yet. So. Where's my, oh, where's my Zoom? I don't think Chloe's coming back here. All right. Sierra, I need you to unmute yourself so we can do a fluency real fast. And cameras still need to be on. Camera should be on even if you're doing Imagine Math. Sierra, unmute yourself. Okay, Sierra, I'm gonna give you a minute. Let me know when you're. Oh. All right, thumbs up and I'll start. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Ready? Go.
I was only 3 years old when I parents told that I was which is a person who is good with words. They could see and hear that I used hand words for my age. I was always asking what is the word for this or way is a card that I can't remember. Listening to my parents and brother talking was
All right, good job.
when
You're good. Sierra, thank you.
I was young. They would have long sentences. Other
Okay. Azu, can you unmute yourself so you can go next?
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was only 3 years old when my parents discovered that I was a wordsmith, which is a person who is good with words. They could see and hear that is hard words up for age. I was always asking what is the word for this or why is a T-ball called that. I can remember listening to my parents and my brother talk when I was young. They would have long conversations over dinner, and at first I would just listen, soaking up language at one dinner. My father used the word.
You can skip it. Go ahead.
I had no idea what it meant, and when I asked, he said, Sarah, you know where our dictionary is? I couldn't wait to finish eating so I could look it up. Dictionary is.
All right, you're good. Good job. Some of you are good readers. I just are scared, I think. Let me see who else is not done. Audrina, I think you have two open maybe. You can mute yourself, Ozzy, if you want to. See, let me see who was not. Natalie had done, Chloe I did, Lisa I did. Ray. Michael's here. Mute yourself. I'm gonna see Adrian I did, Sierra I did. Is he on here? All right, Ray and Chloe with a C. Can you unmute yourselves?
Yes.
Okay, Chloe, I might need you to go back in there and I think and re-answer those questions. I don't know why it didn't submit, but instead of you, hopefully you remember what you answered earlier and you can just go back and fill it in. Ray, you didn't take that test earlier. Unmute yourself. Instead of having y'all make them up later on, I'd rather do it right now. So hold on. Let me see if he can unmute himself. Ray, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Can you unmute yourself? We took that test earlier and you didn't take it.
Yeah.
What happened?
My phone was messing up. It kept on saying I can't like join in. It kept on
Can you and Chloe log into Canvas for me real fast?
Yeah.
I'm talking to Chloe and Ray. The rest of y'all are on Imagine Math. What I think we're gonna do is I'm gonna let them go make up their test instead of doing it later, and y'all are just gonna do Imagine Math, or you can go back and do yesterday's math. Like enter your answers again. I think Imagine Math is probably gonna be best. Audrey, Chloe, and Ray, let me know when y'all have logged into Canvas and you found your backpack. I would rather you make it up today versus having to make it up at a different time and we're rushing or something else, okay? Because they did it earlier. So hopefully tomorrow morning we'll have a better go at it. You won't have to do it in the afternoon. But
Backpack.
okay. Find the little, or hold on, let me share my screen. Find the little thing that says, let me share my screen and the picture of what it looks like. It says student online testing. Hold on, I'll show you a picture. Let me share my screen. It looks like this, student online testing. And I'll put your ID on there so that you can have it. You have to unlock it, so.
And she'll give you your password and your thing.
Yeah, I'll give you, the rest of you are doing Imagine Math, or you can do Myon quietly while I give them time to make it up. Got it?
There it is. Got it. Launch.
Find it. Oops. Did y'all both find it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I put your usernames for both of y'all up here. Ray, this is yours, the password, and Chloe, here's yours. It's not gonna show a test right now because I haven't unlocked it, but I'm gonna unlock it so that y'all can take it, okay? And y'all will have an hour and a half to take it. So you'll have until, I guess, 2 o'clock to take it. I'm gonna,
Test.
hold on, I haven't unlocked it yet. Let me unlock it. The rest of y'all are in Imagine Math or Myon, okay? While they do this, I wanna let them have the opportunity to do it right now. Because, let me see.
Wait, Miss Hernandez, but I did the testing.
No, you're on Myon or Imagine Math. Let me see if I can unlock it. Hold on. Available. Ray, it might still, let me see. No, it didn't say unavailable. Unselect. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, I'm trying to unlock it so y'all can have it. Hopefully I can do it. Oh. Please work. Please work. Please work. Things are working so slow. Okay, hold on.
How can I say I farted?
What?
You're unmuted, Ray Ray. Hold on, let me see why it's. Let me go back. Maybe.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
I'm on the login
Mhm.
screen and I clicked save and for some reason it saved the ID but it didn't save the password.
Okay. You want the password? It's just CCISD, lowercase. Okay.
Okay.
Let me log in. Oh, why is this not working? Ah. It works. Otherwise, maybe we won't be doing it today. Why is it not working? Hold on, guys.
Hey, Mr. Hernandez. When are we ever gonna start playing Education Galaxy?
Whatever I set that may be. I don't know. I haven't even explored it yet. Well, I did explore it one time, but I haven't figured out how to add stuff on there. I need to do that. I'll ask another teacher. Maybe later on this week we can get on that. Maybe.
Okay.
Why is my stuff loading? Available, maybe. Hold on. Trying to make this away from my computer. I did it the other day, so hopefully. Okay, Chloe and Ray Ray, you should be, can y'all go in there and check and it will say reading, I think it says grade 4 reading 2020. Let me know if y'all see that. You might have to refresh your screen so that it will pop up. I opened it for y'all and y'all will have an hour and a half. Let me know if you see it or if you don't see it.
Okay, I see it.
You see it? Chloe, can you click on it?
Yes, I clicked
And
on
can you
it.
show me your screen just so that let me take a picture just in case we have a problem with this or something in the future. Okay. I don't know if that's what you saw earlier or not, but please, if that is what you saw earlier, then just go back and answer it from earlier. If not, you have an hour and a half. Ray Ray, did you find it?
Okay.
So you'll have until 2:03 if you need it. Or a little more than that, actually. So 20, wait, the 17. Ray Ray, did you find it?
Yeah, I think so.
Does it say reading 2020 21 on there?
Let me check.
Should have been a blue link. It will have like the big, I think Big Red Dog or something's the first story.
Yeah, it was the blue one.
Okay, start on that and you have an hour and a half, okay?
Okay.
Take your time. Resume recording. You're gonna want to break in about 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes. Are we there? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
I got one yes.
Yes.
Let me see. Oh, I've got so many assignments that need to be graded. I swear. The days where I get 12 of y'all turning in things is amazing. Oh, I could just go back to courses, assignments. All right, experimental design. We're gonna skip through. Let's see. Let's play this video.
Hi, fourth grade. So this week, our focus is on experimental design or the scientific method. And our objective states that I can plan and implement descriptive investigations, including asking well-defined questions, making inferences, and selecting and using appropriate equipment or technology to answer my questions, and collect and record data by observing and measuring. Let's take a closer look on the next slide at all of our vocabulary words for this week.
Wait, Miss Hernandez, I'm still finding it. Where is that one?
The very first one
Science, right?
under science. Come on, it's the very first one under science.
Okay. Nearpod lesson
Experimental.
experiment design.
Yep. RJ, did you do it? I'm looking. You better log in because we're doing it together. Trust me, I can see who does what and who doesn't for y'all that I did it. All right, let's keep going. Investigation to search for answers to a question. So maybe you're investigating why there is, I don't know, mud on the floor or something. Prediction, that's an idea about what the outcome of an investigation may be. So you're going to predict maybe there's mud on the floor because my brother was playing in the mud yesterday and he brought mud in. Hypothesis, an educated guess that can be tested. Data, information collected during an experiment. And it's not only data collected during an experiment. Data is also collected when you take a test. Like earlier, you took a test. And I'm collecting that data so that I can see what we need to go back and work on, or who needs help with just this, or who needs just help with that. So data isn't only collected in science. It can be collected for other reasons too. Conclusion, an explanation based on your observation or measurement. So I might come to a conclusion about our test data and be like, you know what? We don't need to practice our multiples of 2 because everybody's really good at those. They all got that question right. Or maybe we need to go back and look at division again because it was a really hard test that not everybody did well. There was one test not everybody did well on. I think it was angles maybe. An inference, an explanation based on what you already know or what you have seen. So same thing with inference. It's used a lot in reading, especially in 4th grade. It might ask you to infer what you think is going to happen, or what you think is going to happen based on background knowledge that you may have of the story or an experience maybe you have of your own. Did I skip one? I did. Direct evidence, evidence that comes from your measurements or testing. So that's actually like tangible. You have it in your hands. You found that evidence. Indirect evidence based on an inference. So that might be more like a, I guess, it could be it could be real, or it could be true, or it could be false. You don't know yet. No, why did it do that? Variable, a factor that can change in an experiment. So like the weather maybe would be a variable that would affect something. Procedure, a planned set of steps. So you normally, if you go to the science lab, there's probably a procedure or something that we're gonna have to do or follow. What's this?
Miss Hernandez, I'm done doing my new class.
What's all this, Mia?
Don't
Okay.
touch that. That's part of my experiment.
Experiment? What are you, a scientist now?
I am using the scientific method to see whether or not hummingbirds are attracted to the color red.
Can't you just keep track of which bird feeder they eat from the most?
That is kind of what I'm doing. By going through each step of the scientific method, I can test my theory to see if it's true or false. The scientific method is the process that scientists use to investigate the world. I had put a red feeder and a blue feeder up in the tree, and after watching for a few days, I observed that most of the food was gone in the red one. That's the first step of the scientific method, observation.
Well, doesn't that observation mean that hummingbirds like the red feeder better?
It could mean that. Once scientists make their observations, they start to ask questions about what they've seen. Like, why was the food in the red feeder gone first? Then they come up with a hypothesis that might answer their question.
Who?
Hypothesis. That's science lingo for prediction, or a temporary answer that you can test. My hypothesis is hummingbirds are attracted to the color red.
So how do you test if your hypothesis is correct?
That's the next step, designing experiments. An experiment is a scientific test to try out a theory or to see some effect. To test if hummingbirds really are attracted to the color red, I hung up 4 different colored bird feeders with exactly the same amount and type of food. When scientists design an experiment, they try to control every little variable, things that might affect the outcome.
That's why you told me not to touch. You were worried I'd disturb the variables.
If you don't control the variables, it's not a fair test. If you touch one of the feeders, the birds might not eat from it because you touched or spilled it, not because it isn't red.
Sounds a little nitpicky, Mia.
Scientists can never be too careful. It's also important to write down every step of the experiment. That way, you can do it over to compare your results.
Is that what's in that notebook?
Yep, but it's also where the next step of the scientific method comes into play. Gathering data.
Data is information, right?
Right. I took a picture of each bird feeder every morning and night for a week. I pasted the pictures in this notebook and labeled the time and date and wrote down which feeder had the most food missing each day.
Why'd you do it for a whole week?
To make sure the results were the same every time.
Were they?
Let's draw our conclusion and find out. Drawing a conclusion is like the aha moment. It's when you look at your data to see what it tells you.
Let's see those pictures you got. That's your data, right?
Yeah, I've carefully organized the pictures into a chart to show my results. We need to ask, does our conclusion fit our hypothesis? Our data shows us that they ate the food in the red feeder the most. Our conclusion supports our hypothesis. Hummingbirds are attracted to the color red.
But why are they attracted to the color red?
Why is the final step in the scientific method. Keep asking questions.
I guess that's why scientists keep on finding out more about the world. They watch the world around them, develop hypotheses about how things work, and test their hypotheses with cool experiments. Once the experiment is done and the data is collected, scientists can draw conclusions about their hypothesis and find out if they were right or wrong.
Right. Observations, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. That's the scientific method behind the madness.
Interesting. The scientific method. Let's keep going. Let's answer some of these. Let's see. So, hold on. I'm trying to move.
I already did those.
Okay. A variable is something that can change an experiment. Oops. So the variable is a factor that can change in an experiment. Make sure you click on those two. You got them, so I can keep going. Let's see. A test that is planned carefully and uses science to answer questions. What is that? Ooh, what do you do in a science lab, I think? Who can tell me? What do you do in a science lab? Why do you go to the science lab? Come on. Anybody know why you go to the science lab? Come on, y'all. Or did y'all already do this? I can skip and go to the... Come on, are y'all working on this by yourself? Is that what you are doing?
I'm already almost done.
Oh, you're already almost done? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can keep going and just answer it myself if y'all don't need help. Inference, site plan, such procedure. Are we on the fill in the blank part? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Is everybody on the fill in the blank part? We can do that part together.
Yeah.
Okay. Got one. So scientists make blank observations about the what? It's what we live in. What is that thing called? It starts with a W.
World.
World! Yay! From observations, then they develop blank about how the world blinks. What do they develop? What are those things called?
Data? Hypothesis?
What, Vida?
Hypothesis?
Hypotheses about how things work in the things in the world. Oh, sorry, I gave you the answer, I think.
Data?
Work. I think it's work. I gave you the answer. My bad. Scientists then develop experiments to blank the hypothesis. What do they do with their experiments? They do what?
Data?
Oh, what do they do with them?
Hypothesis?
Nope. What do you do when you have an experiment? You're what? Or what are we doing all week long? Or what are we doing all week long? Maybe that. What are we doing all week long?
Testing?
Testing. To develop experiments to test. To test these hypotheses. From the blank, they blank conclusions about the hypotheses. They what do they collect?
Data.
Yep.
Which one do we put, though?
It's got the comma. Make sure it has the one with the comma. Let me see. They blank conclusions about what do you do in your free time? You doodle. What is that called?
Draw.
Draw. There you go. Conclusions about the hypothesis. They yeah, they are testing. Yeah, good job. Who knows the steps of the scientific method? Make what? Let me see. Will this help maybe make what?
Observations?
Yes. And you form what? Those educated guesses. Somebody said it, I think. What is it?
Hypothesis?
Yep.
Whatever it's called. I
And
can
what do you design? What to test out those hypotheses?
experiment.
Bingo. I'm glad Vida's paying attention. You would get a candy again today if you were in class. You gather what?
Data.
Yep. Man, look at you, girl. You'd get like 1, 2, 3, 4 candies. And then what's the last one? They draw what?
Conclusions.
Good job. I'm glad I'm gonna give her a break and everybody else is gonna stay here with me and do it again. Yeah. I see some head shaking because y'all don't want to do that. You did all the work. Vida, push submit.
Okay.
Some of y'all logged out.
Well, that was it. The nearpod's over.
I know. Did y'all finish or no?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Push submit when you're done. Let me see who submitted. Let me see who submitted. Who submitted? Oh, I'm tired. Grading. Let me see. Come on, some of y'all haven't submitted yet. Let's see, grade will give.
Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
my Nearpod is working
What's wrong with it?
because when I'm trying to put the experience to the from, it won't work.
You're trying to fill in the blank?
Yes.
Try refreshing your page. Maybe that will work.
Oh man, Miss Hernandez, I have to do the other one all over again.
Then you better do it all over again.
Well, not the whole thing, but one of the whoever has to match up the cards, I have to do that.
Chloe, it's saying you finished it already.
Does it say I finished it?
Yeah, and you didn't do so well. Jacob, the point of taking our test is to take your time and not rush through them. This is every week. You need to slow down.
Okay.
Our test, it's not to rush through them. You're not going to do the best you can if you're rushing through your test. Did y'all all submit it?
Did I submit it?
Yes? Okay. We'll come back and do social studies, or maybe we'll go over our test. We might go over one of the reading passages, and then we might do social studies. All right, be back here at, we'll do 2:05. I'll give you 20 minutes. So be back here at 2:05, okay? Got it? At 2:05.